You know that the context to us meeting here is Waves. As I said, one of the largest content conclaves and summits which is going to happen from 1st to 4th of May 2025. The Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji is leading it with a galaxy of international stars from across the world. And of course, to tell us more about Waves, we have the CEO of Waves, Mr. Achal Malhotra, traveled all the way from Delhi to be with us here. Achal ji, welcome, and let's hear it from you.
So thank you everyone for having me over, and I think I've got a presentation which So I'm going to stand and sort of detail it out to you. I think this is really important that most of us have started hearing Waves very recently, but this was envisioned by our Honorable Prime Minister way back in 2019, and we've done a lot of look and see of the other trade shows that are happening the world over. We are all familiar with film festivals format, broadcasters, gaming exhibitions. And so therefore, we realize that with technology, the way we produce content and the way we are seeing content consumption and also content delivery is changing at a pace that we really don't know what's going to be the next tool that's going to come. There was long films, came down to short serials, came down to microfilms, and then you have short attention spans. So whilst we are always mindful of what legacy holds for us, we should also be mindful that some other disruption is going to change the way we are going to be adapting to that, mindful that we will always preserve the best because that's what society has accepted over a long period of time. And so therefore, the format of Waves is a plug and play format, which will give the opportunity to see the entire landscape of the media and entertainment space and also technology platforms, because it's really important that you have craft to commerce as well for craft to survive. I think the two somewhere go hand in hand, deeply unacknowledged. So therefore, we thought it's going to be a trade show with a bit of difference because we have a focus. Of course, the conferences help bring the best of minds. But what's different is that when you scale up the level of conference, then the best of the brains are there at the conference, and so therefore you get an aggregation of a thought process that is also derivable into a societal change. And therefore, this is a very important aspect where we hope to have some of our prized dignitaries from across the world. We've also got the Waves Bazaar, which is a very exciting model of how we've seen business being done online. So you have certain marketplaces, but I think it's not just at Waves. We had launched this on 27th of January this year. We've got about 1,000 projects. And I think it's going to be an year-long initiative, which is going to probably, with the entire market space onboarding, going to become an exciting market for us to see as we build it. The creator sphere is, of course, for our creators economy. We had the Create in India challenges launched way back in August. These challenges, season 1 has caught on really well. I'm going to detail about it. The accelerator program, exhibition, Bharat Pavilion. I'm going to be quite quick because you all have had a long day, but I think it's really important for us to understand that right at the apex level is our Honorable Prime Minister driving it himself. He's committing to the sector because he sees this as one of the economic pillars for Bharat. And so therefore, right at the top is an opportunity at the highest level. We want to also acknowledge that the craft and the creativity is now interspersed in our lives daily. So therefore, at a political level also, we have the global media dialogue, and that's really important. Some of us know it and some of us have felt it. The thought leaders track, the Bharat Pavilion, The Waves Bazaar, the Bharat Pavilion, I will fuse it with what we are building. I think it's going to be something that's going to be bringing out our legacies of past to where we are moving forward. The gaming arcade, we acknowledge this as a very important business enterprise. Waves Bazaar, WaveX, culturals and concerts, I think this has no borders. The Coldplay concert bears testimony in all our minds, but I think there's more to be discovered because I think we are a huge market itself, 140 crore people, and the young demography and the rest of the world population, internet penetration. I think this is really exciting. Creatosphere, we need to tell the entire country that this is a serious enterprise. This is not something which is an opportunity to be missed. We've seen global influencers make their mark, take our messaging forward, but the right messaging is really important. And so therefore, I think the whole circle gets completed when it's top-down driven. So we're going to have some amount of activity at the inaugurals to build in the kind of pitch that we are making. The first editions are always tough. I'm a startup. I'm as old as the launch was, but your excitement here makes it promising for Waves as an enterprise and the summit's success broadly. The global media dialogue, we've extended invites to about 100 countries, 60 plus countries participating, and almost 40 of them at the ministerial level is a good, healthy attendance. Bilateral meetings make good conversations. They need to be followed up subsequently. So it becomes more of a whole of India strategy. We've got some plenary sessions, conference tracks, which we are building. I think there'll be some exciting opportunities there. I think the exhibitions all sold out. So I think given the short notice in the first edition, I'm quite excited because when somebody says that we want space and I'm trying to build in some pockets, I think that's really encouraging for us bringing this summit here. The gaming arcade, I think the states also have really lots to do because finally whatever comes into the country has to go into the states. So they have got about 12 odd states already onboarded. It's all getting built up as we speak. This is going to be a very exciting journey because I think we're going to recapture it in 4 zones. We had first the oral traditions. That means we had a rich cultural legacy of speaking out. We've been the land of storytellers, and stories were always carried Guru Shishya Parampara in that format. We had the written traditions. I think they're beautifully documented. None of us can refute our written traditions. The visual traditions, and then the globe is flat was one book which I read, but I think there is no globe now. I think everybody is now fusing into each other. So that's where the creator's leap is happening. I have already detailed out, but I really wanted to bring this slide to you that just the fact that from January we've come down to these statistics, I think it's very organic. It's going to build on build, but more importantly, we need to keep curating it so that it's a market that stays and sticks. So it's what we're trying to say is Waves is just the beginning, and it's just the start of the summit. We're also bringing some of our exciting projects to Waves. If you're a venture capitalist and if you've been looking for something which you're already looking in a very informal way, I think this is something which we want to build up. Out of a total of 350 startups, we've tried to filter and bring in some of the best so that there's time on task. Culturals, I think that's going to be something that we will see over the evenings. Creatosphere, 90,000 registrations, 35 countries, 1,100 international participations. I think for a season 1, it's a decent achievement, but I think season 2, season 3 and all are good properties that will get built up. We've got the Creatosphere, and it's going to be the creators moment. Lots of influencers coming from all over the world, and also gives exposure to all of us collectively. With this, I have tried to detail in the short window of the attention span that I should have commanded. Thank you for being such a patient audience. And
so tell me one thing. Most people will have a question to ask as far as the amalgamation of so many paradigms into one umbrella. If this is not an exhibition, what is the wish list? What are we trying to achieve for Brand India, by doing Waves?
So, we must understand that we are a country which is fast imbibing technology, and every sphere of our lives is impacted by technology, and therefore the media and entertainment space, which is not just media and entertainment, it is creativity by large. So, creativity will get impacted because of the tools that will come into the market, and therefore there is a need to understand that technology and creativity are two unmissable opportunities for India. It also helps in making this summit at an optimal scale, because then the creativity is controlled creativity. You do not put your generation into a direction which is it is non-meaningful. So therefore, the aspects of soft power, what we do with our creativity, what we do with our technology, all has to go hand in hand, and therefore Waves is, I think, just more than a summit in many ways.
And when you say creative storytelling, constantly we've been hearing about Waves. There is a Create in India challenge that you're doing. What is the wish list for young creators? We were talking about democratization of content a while ago when we were talking to Imtiaz and Monica. What is the wish list for those young creators who are waiting to be discovered and who want to be seen as, storytellers tomorrow in the content space?
So, this journey started with putting open challenges across the country, and then lots of children, youth, creators, whatever you may call them, they all onboarded onto the selection process. It has been a discovery of sorts. Then there was a filtration process. So you essentially are bringing lots of young talent onto a global platform, so that A, they can harness this opportunity, B, they can look at the other people's craft and fine tune themselves. So essentially it's a journey, and these icons in subsequent editions will become more in numbers, and therefore it sort of percolates into the entire country.
Achalji, in a room full of storytellers, there are writers, accomplished filmmakers, producers, sitting here amongst us. What would you say to them if they want to become a part of Waves? What is in it for them?
So I think to all of you who have seen the space, something that we really feel is that if we had good tools, that means the human human contributors to this whole exciting creators world, if we had good minds, then the creativity would go to a different level. We draw comparisons inside sometimes and outside sometimes, and somewhere silently resent that why couldn't we have that journey. But imagine if I had 10 tools which were like top notch, and somebody else was having his own craft but one single tool. So our aim is to make more number of tools available. See the sector as a serious business enterprise, not something which is bounded by the boundaries of creativity alone, but mindful that technology, whether we imbibe or we are not, our technology is percolating into our entire generation, and therefore when you hand over a democratized tool to our young children, you need to hand over the responsibility to use it also well. I think that's the larger, broader message. But as the CEO of Waves, my job is to stitch up a good summit. My job is to make sure that you're all there, because you're all legends in your own space. My job is also for you to become messengers of Waves, so that the attendance at Waves is truly a reflection of what potential India holds, not just for India but also for the globe.
I'm seeing the venerable Ben Thompson standing right there, not trying to signal me to end. Obviously, there'll be so many more questions we will have, about the forum, but congratulations for the unleashing. This is like a curtain raiser that you gave to such an august gathering, and I'm sure the summit will be a huge success and something that the industry will look forward to year after year, this being the first edition. Thank you so much, Mr. Malhotra.
Thank you.
And
thank you, sir.
Thank you, Isha, and this amazing team for, helping me curate the session. Manoj Ladvaji is still not here. I think the founder of IGF, and Ben, stage is all yours.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you so much.
Friends. Thank you for being here.
What a way to end that wave session. Thank you so much. Thank you to you both. Fascinating insight there. I'll let you just take that picture. Because that brings us almost to the end, ladies and gents. Thanks for your attention. I know we have got through so much, through so many discussions, roundtables, dialogues and forums. Thank you so much. Lovely to see you both. Thank you. There's so much that we've got through over this last 2 days. All that remains for me to say is thank you. Thank you to the amazing team that put this whole program together. Thanks to our tech team who have made it run seamlessly throughout the day. Those who are watching at home online, thank you for your company. And thank you to you here in the room for your company over the last 2 days. There's been so much that we have got through. I can't wait to see as many of you as possible in London in June for IGF London, and then later in the year in the US. We'll do this once again. All that remains for me to say is there are drinks next door. That's the most important bit where the networking really will be done. I hope to see as many of you in there as possible. So thank you and see you soon.